All right, welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Games and Things. Whether you want a digital pinball game that holds more than 1,000 games on it, or you want the hot new combination of darts and cornhole, which is a thing you hang on the wall. It's called Boss Toss. Go in there and ask them about that. No matter what you want, with home theater seating, man, they've got that. Bar stools, pub tables, poker tables, you name it, they got it. Games and Things. Find out more at ourgameroom.com because life should be fun. All right, take a look at the SEC scoreboard very quickly. Mississippi State with the late night game that kept me up. Wake Forest with a big win over Vanderbilt. Missouri crushed by Kansas State. They seem to be going in the wrong direction. Auburn squeaks by San Jose State. Brian Harsin, the sounds of time are ticking out on him. Kentucky. Jimmy, you mentioned Anthony Richardson turning back into a pumpkin last night. Kentucky gets by Florida. Arkansas takes care of South Carolina. App State over Jimbo Fisher, that recruiting class, and his big mouth. 17-14, that is rough. LSU, new coach down there, gets off the schneid. Georgia, they kind of went through the motions and beat Samford. Alabama pulls it out against Texas. Ole Miss whips up on Central Arkansas. All right. Jimmy, Chuck, and Josh are back out here with me for this portion of the segment. Well, we're over here now. There we go. Jimmy, Chuck, Josh, and what we're going to be doing is I'm going to ask these guys, I'm putting Tennessee in the middle. I'm assuming they don't have Tennessee in the top two in the SEC yet. Chuck, we may know. But we put them somewhere in the middle. So I want to see the two teams in the SEC they have better than Tennessee, right above them, and the two that are right but not below them. Kind of gives us an idea of where they think the Vols rank with their opponents, their rivals. So, Jimmy, I'll start with you. Go ahead and show folks your 5-team ranking here with Tennessee in the middle.
My 5-team ranking, I've got Alabama, which is basically the number 2 team in the league, so I got Georgia number 1. Then Arkansas, because I've been really impressed with them. But then Tennessee. I've got Tennessee right between them, then followed by Kentucky and Florida. A&M and LSU, you're out.
So, in your view, Tennessee's about 4th in the conference right now. Yes. All right, very good, Chuck.
Well, I wanted to have a little bit to talk about. I still have Arkansas and Kentucky just a little bit ahead of Tennessee. Arkansas had an SEC home win. Kentucky, how about Mark Stoops? He passed Bear Bryant as the winningest coach there. And they've now, UK has beaten Florida back-to-back for the first time since the 1970s. So they've got to be somewhere close to where we are. I got Florida dropped just a little on what I had. And I wanted to just give us one more chance to talk about Texas A&M. So I put them on there before they possibly fall off my wipey board altogether.
That's a brutal. App State, one of those teams, though, that the powerhouse at the FCS level, they make the jump up. Yeah. They don't miss a beat, man. That is a legit program. I found a number today that showed that in their last 10 games against Power 5 schools, they've led or been tied in the fourth quarter of all of them. Maybe they should look at adding them to the SEC.
Took Tennessee to overtime.
That's right.
6 years ago.
Yeah. Why are people scheduling them and giving them so much money to come in
to beat
take them to the end of the fourth quarter?
Sunbelt, right?
Yeah. All right. What do you got, Josh? How do you see it?
Jimmy got it right. So congrats to him. I struggled at the bottom. Florida I have in the final spot, but I don't want to penalize them too much because I think they lost to a good team, which I have ranked right ahead of Florida. Texas A&M I'm just penalizing. They should not be missing from this list, but that is an embarrassing loss despite all the good things we can say about App State. Arkansas I think is a really good team, and I think Alabama is still number 2 right behind Georgia. So Tennessee I would have as the 4th best team in the SEC right now. It's still early, small sample size, but Tennessee a road win vaults them up a little bit.
Speaking of A&M, I know a lot of Tennessee fans around here feel bad for Walter Nolan.
They need to buy some more players at A&M.
Yeah. What? We're buying anybody. All right, let me ask you this very quickly. Is the SEC down? It's not looking good. That was not a good day. Tennessee might have had the Tennessee and Alabama had the signature win, and Alabama, the way they won theirs, that was not a good look for Alabama. Is the SEC down a little bit this year?
I'd say right now, yes, because A&M's not where I thought they were. LSU's not where I thought they were. Alabama struggled more than I thought they would against Texas. Yeah, I think it is down a little bit.
You're getting closer aren't you getting closer to Georgia and everybody else, kind of?
It does look like Georgia has slipped above Alabama.
I mean, Georgia is really elevated, and I think you've seen the others drop.
Do you agree it's down a little bit?
Well, I think because of Alabama, what A&M did, I think Tennessee we can feel a little bit better about. Mississippi State, didn't have on our list, but I think they have a good chance to be good because of Will Rogers in that offense. So the middle of the pack might be a little bit stronger. The top needs to do a little bit more.
All right, very good. Let's go over to our VFLs. We're going to play a little game of will they or won't they, and they have their little signs. Show everybody your little thumbs up, thumbs down. There we go. 3 quick questions about Tennessee Akron, and Chuck stole some of these numbers from me earlier. 14th ranked Michigan State beat Akron yesterday 52-0. Auburn scored 60 on them last year. Ohio State scored 59 on them last year. Will the Vols score at least 55 on Akron? Yes, yes, yes. Everybody says 55 on Akron. Chuck, I hope you're taking notes.
I'm taking notes
for the Cavaliers line, a little next segment. Okay, next up, UT will want to work on the run game a little bit, and Michigan State ran for 260 yards on Akron. Will the Vols rush for at least 250 against Akron? No, no, no. Nobody believes they'll go for 250. Okay. I'm a little surprised that Sterling didn't go there. Sterling, let's go back to Sterling and Daniel. How did the Happy Twins not go there?
I just don't think, we're going to fine-tune our passing game enough to whereas by the time we get to running the ball, Akron's going to anticipate us running the ball to run the clock out, and we don't get many yards.
Okay, that was good. He didn't expect that question, so that sounded like, why are you doing this to me, John?
It's all good.
Number 3, Akron gained 225 yards versus Michigan State yesterday. Will they gain 225 yards versus Tennessee? Yes, yes, yes. No. Okay, now we'll go back to Sterling. You don't think they will? Actually, let me turn this around. Daniel and Will, you think they will gain 225? Gain more on Tennessee than they did Michigan State?
Yeah, I think, a couple things. You can have your second, third string in, hopefully, as that part of the game. So you're going to give up some more yards. If you score that many points, your team's going to be pulling back a little bit. And I think you came off a big emotional win, an emotional game, which causes you kind of to be a little let down in this next game. So I think just naturally you're going to let some more yards go than you think you would.
You ditto that?
Just to piggyback on that, you also have Florida the week after. So I think they're going to be looking ahead more than looking back.
All right, very good. Thanks to our VFLs. We're going to get them to pick against the Cavaliers line next. We're going to tell you what Tennessee's going to do with Akron next. Come on back on the Sports Source.